Now let's take a look at the Indonesian stock market today on Tuesday. The Indonesian composite index was down 2.14%. For the full report and analysis, let's turn to Jessica Wulandari reporting from the Indonesian Stock Exchange.
Jakarta Composite Index tumbled today following a sharp sell-off in banking stocks in the United States, as a major tech lender said it had to sell shares to plug a hole in its finance, despite a statement from the country's monetary authority that it has insignificant exposures to the banking fallout in the U.S. It was dropped 2.14% lower to 6,641. The sell-off is a sharp turnaround for the global banking sector. On one hand, high interest rates have been a boon for banks, helping them make heftier returns on loans to households and businesses, and as savers deposit more of their money into savings accounts. But on the other, some large banks that had scooped up expensive treasuries and other bonds when interest rates were very low are sitting on losses as borrowing costs have risen and bond prices have gone down. Banks heavily exposed to the tech sector are particularly at risk as cash-hungry startups withdraw their deposits. As we can see, technology sector fell 2.55%, and based on index points, Goto dropped 4.7%, Buka sang 3.1%, and Elang Mahkota shed 5.7%. While banking stocks, BBCA dropped 2.34%, BMRI sang 4%, and BBRI fell 2%. On the other hand, investors also kept a close watch on the U.S. Consumer Price Index for February, due to be released tonight. It could add the Fed's conundrum on whether it should stay on its rate hike path to tame persistent price pressures or to hold back on tightening monetary policy further to give the banking system some breathing space. Investors also wait for Bank Indonesia, which will decide on an interest rate policy, which is projected to remain at the level of 5.75%. And today, Rupiah was down 0.1% as fears of a border systemic crisis following the collapse of a U.S. tech-focused lender left traders speculating that the Federal Reserve could pause its aggressive rate hiking cycle. And market pricing now shows a 31% change that the Fed would keep rates on hold at its policy meeting next week, with rate cuts expected as early June and through the end of the year. And tomorrow, index expected in the range of 6,722 until 6,830, and Rupiah will be moved between 15,290 15,475. Now, let's take a look to the top losers and top gainers of the day. The top losers were Saratoga Investama, Bintang Samudra, and Malacca Trust. Meanwhile, the top gainers of the day were Metro Realty, Petrindo Jaya, and Sido Mulyo Selaras. Next, commodity prices. Spot gold fell 0.06%, Brent crude traded 1.09% lower, while WTI lost 1.2% because commodity prices dipped as the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank continues to reverberate across global markets. I am Jessica, reporting for MGN.